All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises. Let me say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kol Halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Recha Kodash. Double honors to my apostles, elder bishops, here in Great Millstone who rule well, and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect, scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. I'm the brother Taza War from the GMS New Jersey camp. And this one here is going to be a quick report. Should be a very quick, short, video. I had just got wind to this situation, or let's say the start of the series of events. I would say, this was said by some of the world leaders. His brothers put out articles a couple of weeks back, maybe a week ago or 2 weeks ago, on how it was mentioned a series of events are going to happen before November elections. And I actually got wind to this by watching a video from that cat JW. I was watching. I'm gonna play his video. Matter of fact, and what he was talking about, mentioning that around September, October, things are gonna ramp up. And hey, what comes to mind is Habakkuk 2. I think about Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. All right, and that's Bible prophecy. So hopefully, when things do ramp up, and get chaotic and crazy, it leads us into Jacob's trouble. All right, which is one of the Lord's final prophecies for this place called Babylon the Great. All right, it's going to be one of the major prophecies. Let me say one of the major prophecies that must come to pass. All right, alongside with them causing all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in his right hand or in his forehead, and that's the MOTB, which is the micro C hip. So these prophecies got to come to pass. And also, I'm gonna bring this out. I was just looking it up. We saw this before. Matter of fact, let me read these articles real quick. It says protests erupts in DC following release of deadly police body cam footage. Right, so I guess the release of the body cam footage, people were going crazy. But in all reality, we saw this before. Thinking about Antifa, Black Lives Matters, a couple years ago, how they tore the streets up, which were paid. They would pay organizations to go out and tear the streets up, tear the stores up, loot, riot. We saw this before. All right. I really don't believe regular folks care as much, to be going out tearing the streets up organically. All right. I humble believe this is the start of the shitstorm before the election to get shit chaotic. All right. And if it don't, I'm pretty sure another event is going to happen. All right. Either way, the Lord is shaking this place up because he's going to destroy Babylon the Great. All right. So this one, it says crowds break into businesses in D.C. overnight. D.C. police requested backup at least 17 times in 78 minutes. Right. Police dispersed crowds on U Street. Multiple people arrested after peaceful protests turned into violent in D.C. And that makes sense, right? We saw that before. Now, I remember this firsthand when Black Lives Matters tried to come to Newark, New Jersey. And for one, we was at camp. This is one situation. We was at camp and we saw them actually getting ready, and they was practicing. They had they men and women walking around with signs, circling around. They were actually practicing this shit. That's how they've been trained to do this shit. And then that was one incident I saw. And then I remember also from video footage that videos were circulating here in Newark. Black Lives Matter tried to come and start some shit. and the Newark residents in one of the areas over here in Newark, they ran their ass up out of here because they saw that these people were not from here. So it was a big feud between the regular residents that live here going against those teenagers that were brought over here on buses. When you see droves of people getting off buses, young teenagers or young adults, and start protesting, you know it's set up. So what happened was, with that situation, Newark residents, the people that live in the neighborhood, ran them niggas up out of here, and they was actually protecting the police over here. The police was standing in a straight line, you know, protecting the precinct, because it was in front of one of the Newark precincts over here. And you had dudes, women from around the area, because they saw all the chaos, and Black Lives Matters was trying to start some chaos with the police, but the residents was like, get the fuck out of here, you know, da 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 da, and they had a big feud, and then they got up out of here, you know, because they didn't really want the problem. There was confusion. They wanted the regular residents to be mad and to join in destroying, you know, the city. So this is all, you know, orchestrated. All right, it's orchestrated. You can see it, which is leading me to the Hegelian dialectic, right? Which is problem, reaction, solution. Problem, reaction, solution. Now I typed in problem, reaction, solution into Google, right? It says Hegelian dialectic or problem, reaction, solution. This method basically involves fabricating or intensifying a problem, offering a draconian solution, then settling for a compromise that nevertheless further the intended goal. So what is Hegelian dialectic? Problem, reaction, solution. It's basically involves fabricating or intensifying a problem, right? There's a situation, here comes the problem. Here's the problem, right? And it says offering offering a draconian situation, because what's going to come out of all this chaos? Esau bringing or establishing those draconian laws that they want to pass so they can push their agenda of control. All right. It says then settling for a compromise and nevertheless furthering the intending goal, right? Because they had a goal. So it's problem, the people they start a problem, the people react, and then they bring a solution. In our reality, it was all set up. All right. So that's Hegelian dialectic. So, you know, real quick, you know, you can go through these different, because I had to make sure this was real. You know, sometimes when we check these news guys out, you got to check the sources and see, you know, and do your research to see if these dudes are actually telling the truth. You know, we don't just listen and watch. We wait upon the Lord to see what he will say, right? And then we report, you know, looking for Bible prophecy, man. We're in a time of prophecy, you know. We're in a time of the end of this devil's kingdom. So let me play this cat video. All right, so this is his video. I was actually watching this first, and then I said, let me go to Google and check these reports out. So without further ado, let me play this video.
As well, also list of what the government is talking about they're preparing for. And we can see that it is around September, October, the issue of government technology, the cyber defense landscape. We have found this information, and then they talk about deeper what will be the targets. We told you we were trying to get every American family, everybody in general, prepared for what was to come. But let's check out what happened in DC here before we get to everything else. This here was DC being broken into. And we told you the chaos will start to ramp up around the September's, October's moments. This is what the amp up is going to start looking like as we move into close to the election phases. We're going to get a lot more of this. They had to send helicopters to search the areas to find these people. There's still no reports of arrest. So that just tells me maybe this was set to happen. maybe we'll get more information. Documented file said they're pushing for civil unrest and chaos. This was totally already known by us. We've been covering this for up to weeks and months, telling you how it was all going to start to go. We can see a few crowds right here on the ground, probably been activated by these front-running teams. We've also heard how the money is being laundered through America to break us down. This is going to be more deeper into the story here coming up. Also, you want to make sure that you want to subscribe, because we're getting our information weekly. That is highly important. Here's some of the crowds here in DC. So this is the next step here. Let's just go ahead and go into it. When we were hit in those areas and they told you earlier in the year, oh, it's a solar flare, these areas right here on the map were compromised for most parts. And strategically, for certain purposes, you can see all of these areas is mainly the areas we told you the population zones would be in. So all of these areas was hit for strategic blackout purposes. They had the back door into the cyber defense systems. Now, as we get the issue out right now, critical infrastructure, what does it say? From September to October 2024, they're looking at protecting the water supply, the power, and they're saying from cyber attacks above in the atmosphere. So let's read a little bit here what it says. Sectors underpin modern society faces cyber threats. Water, electricity, satellites, which support everything from GPS navigation to credit card processing, are increasingly at risk. Legacy infrastructure and increased connectivity challenge water and the power grid, while the space sector struggles for safeguarding in-orbit satellites. When the water sector runs as it should, wastewater is properly treated to avoid the spread of disease. Drinking water is safe for residents, and water is available for needs like firefighting. So let's say we get hit, none of that is accessible like it used to be anymore, and it becomes tainted. Also, they were saying the water could be poisoned. We were talking about that. That's in Rand Corporation documents coming from the DOD. They already kind of knew this stuff as they're working on the backside. You had an emergency alert today, ExxonMobil issuing an immediate shelter in place for Charlton Pollard neighborhood, telling them to lock all windows, go inside until the all clear is given. So it says seal gaps and doorways and everything. That's what's going on right now. We're seeing them break down already kind of in the infrastructure in certain ways. As you look at this map right here that they got, September, October, you can see all the pinpoints on there are exactly where the cyber attacks has been hit at. And it says Tennessee has 96% completion rate for its employees' cybersecurity training. High number of accounts, government and large and small, have tightened requirements around continuing cyber education for needs to guard against cyber defenses. And we came out yesterday in a CISA report. They're now saying, oh, we're going to see a cyber attack before the election. We told you that was coming. Another story right here states that what do cities and counties get from a whole of state cyber? September to October 2024, with the help from a whole of state efforts, the federal funding supports small and rural communities are getting a boost for their cyber defenses, but is it enough? It says, question mark.
A lot of people ask us, what's the difference between mudwater and mushroom coffee? First, we are mushroom coffee. Mushroom
boost for their cyber defenses, but is it?
All right, so, you heard it. Just like I said, it's a quick report. I saw this. I thought it was interesting how shit is heating up. And, I went over the Hellion dialectic problem, reaction, solution. All this is to, for them to bring in those draconian laws or to pass those draconian laws or to act on those draconian laws. All right. And to further push their agenda. So, get ready, man. I'm pretty sure something else going to come down the pike. I mentioned earlier, remember, brothers put up articles on how they said a series of events is going to happen before the election. So we just have to wait and see. All right. I want to read this real quick, which is again Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, but I'm going to read the NLT. It says, this vision is for a future time. It describes the end, and it will be fulfilled. If it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. Look at the proud. They trust in themselves, and their lives are crooked. But the righteous will live by their faithfulness to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakha Kodash, double honors to my apostles and elder bishops here in Great Millstone, who rule well. Salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect scattered abroad. Shalom.